From Bieber to a Broward County judge, 2014 had a whirlwind of crime stories. Here are a few stories that generated the most attention. Coming in at number 10, a pair of phony cops beat a man and got arrested by real cops. On New Year's Day, John Woodcock and Michael Wade were on the case, but they weren't cops and there wasn't a case. Investigators say the pair of 20-something-year-old men posing as cops beat up another man while shouting Delray police at him. The attack happened around 4 a.m. outside of Checkers on Atlantic Avenue, according to the real Delray Beach police. Woodcock and Wade were later taken to Palm Beach County Jail and booked on charges of battery and impersonating a police officer. At number 9, in February, a naked attacker is arrested after a bizarre incident in Lake Worth. Naked and delirious were the words used to describe Conrad Hopper, a 17-year-old Lake Worth teen accused of battling cops with a clock in his hand for 10 minutes before a squad of Palm Beach deputies were able to subdue him using a dog, batons, and a stun gun. Deputies were called after Hopper walked into a neighbor's house and stripped off his clothes before attacking a teenager, according to authorities. When confronted by the deputies, authorities say he refused to obey their orders, so they first released the dog. 2 more deputies arrived and hit him with a baton and triggered a dart-firing stun gun, giving deputies the chance to cuff him. Deputies had 1 more scuffle with him after breaking free. Hopper was charged with burglary, criminal mischief, resisting arrest with violence, and 4 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer and 1 count of battery on a police dog. This story was the second of its kind in a week of zombie-like crime stories affecting South Florida. In another case, also in Palm Beach County, police say Ennison Joseph was shot and killed after allegedly biting a man in the face. Number 8. A Broward judge was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence in the courthouse parking lot in May. It was a Tuesday morning when deputies arrested Judge Lynn Rosenthal on a DUI charge. Investigators say Rosenthal was stopped after hitting a parked police car and striking the gate into the courthouse parking lot several times. When pulled over, she told deputies she took an Ambien sleeping pill the night before. Then she told them she had been involved in another accident that morning on 595, which involved her BMW SUV hitting a concrete wall. At the time, Rosenthal was the 3rd Broward County judge in 6 months arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence. At number 7, a Loxahatchee Groves man who authorities say was half naked, speeding, and driving under the influence with his half-naked wife in his lap when he got into a crash that killed his wife. Investigators say Matthew Notebart was driving 55 miles an hour when he crashed his car into a canal off a dead-end dirt road. Notebart's wife, Amanda, died after the car went into the canal. He was charged with a DUI manslaughter, vehicular homicide, and DUI property damage. The couple have 2 children, a 9-year-old son and a 7-month-old daughter. At number 6, a 26-year-old woman was arrested in October after investigators said she arrived in Fort Lauderdale from Montego Bay, Jamaica, with 175 grams of cocaine in her vagina. Records indicate Kathy Ann Ferguson admitted to trafficking the 6 ounces of cocaine during a Customs and Border Protection security search. When she appeared in bond court, the judge said it appeared she was working for a drug mule. She was released on a $15,000 bond. And number 5, Justin Bieber. The 19-year-old Canadian superstar and internet punching bag was arrested in January for a street racing incident. Bieber was charged with driving under the influence, resisting arrest without violence, and having an expired license. On the way to the station, Bieber admitted to cops that he'd smoked marijuana, taken some prescription medicine, and drank alcohol before being pulled over for driving between 55 and 60 miles per hour in a Lamborghini on a 3-mile residential road. 8 months later, Bieber took a plea deal to end the case and donated $50,000 to a youth charity. Number 4, the city of Fort Lauderdale's website shuts down after threats from a hacktivist group. Cyber Monday in November became Cyber Attack Monday when the hacktivist group Anonymous retaliated against the city of Fort Lauderdale for passing new laws regulating feeding the homeless. They threatened to shut down the city's official website if the city didn't lift the ban. They call it Uplift the Bans. But city officials said that they were made aware of the threat and took preventative measures by shutting the site down themselves through the internet service providers. The city's website was later restored and no arrests were made. Coming in at number 3, in December on a Tuesday morning that turned wild, police say 35-year-old Gregory Moore carjacked 3 vehicles at gunpoint and shot 2 people, killing one of them. The FBI joined with local authorities on a hunt that lasted 30 hours before Moore was caught at a Palm Beach County Tri-Rail station. Eventually, 2 other people were charged with lesser crimes connected to Moore's case. At number 2 on the list, 42 people were arrested after a Memorial Day celebration on Fort Lauderdale Beach morphed into pure debauchery. Police officers donning riot gear had to close down 3 bridges to quell more than 200 people who Fort Lauderdale Mayor Jack Seiler described as hell-bent on creating trouble and disrupting things. Later, a bus struck by rocks had its back window shattered. At one point, baton-wielding officers were seen chasing crowds of young partygoers away from the beach. And the number 1 most viewed crime story of 2014 involves a Miami Dolphins player arrested at a popular hookah bar in Fort Lauderdale. In October, third-year defensive end Derek Shelby, who didn't have a criminal record in Florida before this incident, was tasered 3 times by Fort Lauderdale police officers after cops say he refused to leave the downtown hookah bar. He was charged with trespassing after a warning and resisting arrest without violence before posting a $100 bond and being released. Shelby was 4 games into his 3rd season in the NFL when he was arrested and subsequently was suspended indefinitely due to the incident. For SunSentinel.com, I'm Matthew Herron.